Hey everyone, Steve here from Memory Express, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Weekly Byte, where we go over everything gaming, tech, news, and everything in between. So we're going to dive right in, as there's a lot of exciting things to talk about this week. First up is AORUS has officially announced a release date, pricing, and a bunch of facts about the new RGB Ram. So let's talk about that. The RGB Ram will be coming out in two 8GB sticks, or 16 gigs, and they're also releasing a dummy kit to make sure you get a full set of RAM. I know it sounds a little weird, you're like, Steve, why do I want to buy some dummy kits? Well, myself, if I'm buying some RGB RAM, I don't want two empty slots and it just looks like there's a hole there. I want to see it full. So instead of buying 32 gigs of RAM, AORUS is giving you the option to just buy some dead sticks that nothing's there. It's just an RGB stick, which as well is compatible with the RGB fusion technology that they have. The board will be compatible with all boards as well. So don't worry guys, the RAM sticks will work from everything. Intel, AMD, it's going to look good. So if you're an RGB enthusiast like myself, maybe dive into this. Hopefully this is a sign of seeing what else AORUS is going to be doing. Maybe we'll see a PSU in the future. I'm assuming it will be RGB as well. If you're one of the acolytes of Thanos, or you're a strong believer and he did nothing wrong, I've got some bad news for you. Looks like Reddit users are trying to balance the universe one more time. What started out as a joke on the subreddit, Thanos did nothing wrong, by user Jedi Apprentice, has turned into a full movement and an event happening on July 9th. That's right, guys. If you are part of the Thanos Did Nothing Wrong subreddit, or you're wanting to join to get eliminated or see what your chances are, it's happening July 9th. So what they're doing is a mass ban. Essentially, they're banning half their users just for being there, because they're following one of Thanos' tenets of they gotta bounce the universe by cutting it in half. The event will, like I said, be happening July 9th, and I'll be watching to see what happens and who gets eliminated. You can only get banned if you make a comment. Just subscribing won't do the trick. So if you actually want to see what your chances are, you got to make a post and, well, we'll see what your fate is. Thanks to the fine folks over at Limited Run Games, one of the best psychological thrillers you can actually ever play is coming out for physical release. That's right, guys. Observer game is coming. Made by the team over at Bloober and Aspire. So you might be asking yourself, what is this game? Why is Steve so hyped? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm a coward, so I don't play spooky games. But I've seen several of my friends play through this game, and it has left them shook. It's essentially a psychological thriller. It's kind of a crime game too. And I don't want to give too much of the story other than you should check out some trailers. This game will leave you wanting more, really. From what I've seen, I've tried to play a little bit, but I am too much of a coward, like I said, and I got scared. So this game will be coming out July 6th. You guys should really check this out if this is your jam. Like, this is your cup of tea. Observer has been a fantastic game. The team over at Bloober and Aspire have done amazing work with both Layers of Fear and this game. So, if this spooky nonsense is your cup of tea, like I said, check it out July 6th, releasing by Limited Run Games. When you're thinking about water cooling, generally one case line that comes to mind. That's generally a Thermaltake case. And really, people will usually start with the original P5 cases. There's tons of room, great ventilation, and you can do a lot of cool things with it. And then the next evolution in cases from Thermaltake, you got the Core P90, which brought in tempered glass and a lot more features and stuff you could do. So for those water cooling enthusiasts, you can really take your case mod to the next level. And it seems that Thermaltake's going back in time, and essentially we're getting an HD remake of the Core P5, and we're getting tempered glass on this. So let's go over some of the features and check it out, see what they've changed. So, like I said, they changed a little bit on this case, and they've really optimize and make it best for you, the user, and the water cooling enthusiast. First thing they've done is added tempered glass. But the biggest feature on here is the fact that you have flexible motherboard mounting. That's right, it's just not stationary in one place. You can actually move this around for either the vertical or horizontal mount, which is really cool for all you case enthusiast modders out there and people that are doing really cool things. So if you're looking at mounting this case, just doing some crazy water cooling, this is going to be a case to look out for. Do you reside in the greater Vancouver area? Do you like tech? Do you like expos? Well, David and I will actually be going to the Linus Tech Expo, or LTX 2018. And here are some details about the event and what you need to know. So it's happening July 14th at the Richmond Olympic Oval, or as I've been calling it, head office, because that's what I do here. I've been calling it the Richmond Shatterdome, because Pacific Ocean, Pacific Rim, why not? So some things that are going to be going on there, guys. There's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things to check out, guys. From Linus's Lambo, a case toss event, multi-headed VR, a PC build tutorial, and so much more. Dave and I will be down there getting some coverage of the event, highlighting, and doing some live streams so you guys can actually see what's going on. So I'm pretty excited to attend this event as it's one of Canada's only tech expos going on. So I'm pretty pumped to be down there and show you guys all the cool stuff. Alright guys, and now we're going to talk about something very serious and something that's been really bumming out the entire community everywhere. We're going to talk about crossplay. And yes, Sony, we need to have a conversation, so take a seat and let's go for a spin. Now, this isn't a news story. This has been going on for years. I mean, initially Xbox was against crossplay, and look at them now. They're doing fantastic little commercials with Nintendo about Minecraft, Fortnite, and Sony was the chosen one. Sony used to be the top king in the world. I mean, 2 years ago at E3, everyone was chanting Sony. That's when I bought my PS4. And looking at it now in retrospect, I feel like that was a bad decision, as Sony used to be pro-indie, Sony used to be pro-community, and here we are with the new console wars, as we'll dub it, of crossplay. Why is Sony on the wrong side of history here? Well, turns out money's a big motivator here, and like their console's going to be diminished in value, which makes no sense, as computer players have no issues, Xbox seems to have no issues with their diminishing value, and Nintendo's doing quite well for themselves, so why is Sony out of themselves here? It seems to be they just don't understand the current trend of things, and they're kind of out of touch, and it's really disappointing to see Sony go this route, as, like I said, 2 years ago, they're top of the world, and now everyone's chanting Xbox and Nintendo. So, really, Sony, we need to have a conversation here. There's thousands, millions of players worldwide that just want to play Fortnite with their friends on their PS4, Switch, and Xbox at any given time, and sign in on those accounts. Same thing with, I don't know, other games like Rocket League, or Rochette League as I'll call it. Players can play crossplay on everything else. And developers have actually said it's as easy as pressing a button. Literally a big red button that says crossplay on. And for whatever reason, Sony, you still do not want that to happen. So I think this is a really good time to evaluate the marketing plan for this and really what's going to happen for, I don't know, popularity, what's going on in the market. Everything's looking pretty negative for you guys right now, and the best way to turn around is to do something rad, like crossplay. But that's just my 2 cents. What do I know? I haven't been playing games since I was 5. I'm just a guy here to talk about games and the issues regarding them. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Weekly Byte this week. I hope you guys had a great week watching this, and hopefully you're watching this via crossplay on one of your many consoles that allow YouTube to be played on everything, because YouTube allows crossplay. Huh, figure that. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, concerns, drop them in the comments. Roast me alive, that's fine. I'm glad to be your host this week. And if you guys ever want to reach out on social media, reach us on our official channels at Memory Express. Except for Instagram, we're official Memory Express, to make sure you guys know we are official. Anyways, guys, I'm Steve from Memory Express. I'll see you guys next week.